सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो भगवते वैवस्वताय मृत्यवे ब्रह्मविद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च। So we are all in the second chapter, second valli of Kathopanishad. In the second valli, it started with the description that the Lord resides in Puram Ekadasha Dwaram, in the city of 11 gates. Anusthayana Shochati. Anyone who pays attention to this Lord, who is residing as a very consciousness in us, such a person becomes free from all sorrows. It is because of this consciousness that all bodily functions happen. It is because of this consciousness that sense organs function. So therefore, we must pay attention to this consciousness. Now a new topic begins. What happens to people who don't pay attention to this consciousness and lives a life fulfilling their desires? So the concept of rebirth comes now. So if this question is asked, where is the concept of rebirth in Upanishads? So these are the verses. So verse number 6, page number 238. Hantata idam pravakshyami guhyam brahma sanatanam yatha cha maranam prapya atma bhavati gautama. Hanta. Hanta has got so many meanings depending upon the context. Hanta generally means alas, but here it means once again. Just like in Hindi we say, अब मैं तुमको क्या बताऊं? That way. Hanta. Hantate idam pravakshyami. I will tell you. Now I will tell you what? Guhyam, this great secret. Secret about what? Sanatanam Brahman, that eternal Brahman. What is that secret about Brahman which you are going to say? Yatha maranam prapya, after attaining death, Atma bhavati. This Brahman, this eternal Brahman, this Paramatma, how it becomes Atma? Here Atma means Jivatma. How does it become Jivatma? After attaining death, I will tell you. So, next verse. Verse number 7, page number 241. Yoni manye prapadyante sharirत्वाय dehinah स्थाणुमन्येनु संयन्ति यथा कर्म यथा श्रुतम्. Anye dehinah, some embodied beings, yonim prapadyante, they attain the wombs. Why do they attain the wombs? Sharirattvaya, to take up a body, to take up a sharira. What about others? Anye, others, sthanum anusanyanti, they attain sthanu. Sthanu means motionless things like trees, etc. So, what is the basis of this birth? Yatha karma, yatha shrutam. So, this is something which is very commonly quoted. Yatha karma, yatha shrutam. Shrutam means knowledge. Yatha karma, yatha shrutam. So, our birth is based on what understanding we have about life. What is our philosophy of life? Based on this philosophy, we are born. Yatha karma, yatha shrutam. Yatha shrutam means our understanding, our knowledge. So, based on our philosophy, based on our understanding, based on our knowledge about life, we will have desires, thoughts, and accordingly, we will perform actions. And based on these actions, we will get results for these actions. And as a result of these actions, we are born. So, when you look into this world, you see varieties of things. We see stones, we see plants, trees, we see insects, birds, varieties of animals. So, what is this? Actually, they are nothing but different types of understanding about life. Hmm. It's very interesting. Whatever you see here, they are all nothing but jivatmas only at different levels of different understanding. So here it is said, some beings are born in the womb and they take up a physical body. Some beings, they are not even given a womb. They become sthanu, motionless things. Remember, they are also jivatmas only. And all these jivatmas are none other than Paramatma. Paramatma himself has become all jivatmas. But what is the basis of this transformation? Basis of this transformation is understanding of life. So therefore, right understanding is absolutely essential. That is the point. Hmm. Now let us take an example. So here is a person. He finds that laziness is happiness. Okay, just an example. He finds that whenever I work hard, I become tired, exhausted. So hard work is not happiness. Laziness is happiness. He lies down wherever he is. The coffee has to come to him, the tea has to come to him. Hmm. Doesn't move at all. Others have to bring food to him. Everything should come to him. Then he is very happy. So then Bhagwan thinks, Arey, I have made a mistake of giving him a physical body because the body can move and he is not using his body at all in movement. So therefore, what does Bhagwan do? Bhagwan says, Tathastu. Tathastu means what? May your desire be fulfilled. So then that person becomes a tree. So as far as a tree is concerned, it need not move anywhere. Water has to come to it. The soil has to come to it. Manure has to come to it. Sunlight has to come to it. It doesn't move. It remains wherever it is. You see? So in a tree, what do you see? You see a philosophy. It's an understanding about life. So whatever our understanding is, accordingly our body is formed. So I heard a very, very funny story. I'm sure you must have heard this because it is very popular. So there was a contest. Who is the laziest person in this world? He'll be awarded, rewarded. So very many people came to claim the award that I am the laziest person. So then the person who was supposed to give the award, he said, no, you cannot be lazy because at least you have come. Then one person came and said, sir, this person who deserves this award, he is on the top of a tree. Top of a tree. But the very fact that he has climbed the tree shows that he is not lazy. He said, no, no. He did not climb the tree. He was seated in a place. The tree just grew under him. So now he is on the top of a tree. So, so in the same way, what I'm trying to say is the philosophy of life. You know, suppose the philosophy of a person is, see, unless we become cunning and crooked and wicked, we cannot live in this world. So we have to be cunning, clever. So then that person becomes maybe a fox, a crow. In all beings, you will find that there is some particular characteristics which really stands out. Actually, that characteristics is a philosophy of that being. Suppose a person believes that no, unless you are physically strong and violent, harmful in nature, you cannot survive in this world. You have to be rough and tough. Then that person may be born as a lion or a tiger. They're all philosophies. So every being you will find there is a particular philosophy with respect to that being. No, another person says that no, we have to work hard. Lot of money alone is happiness. No, that is also a philosophy. Money is happiness. So then that person is born in an environment where he has to become workaholic. And naturally he earns a lot of wealth also. So this is what is said as yatha karma yatha shrutam. Based on our understanding about life, birth is given. Hmm. So therefore, the most important thing in this world is right understanding about life. This is the point. So this is a good homework which we can do. Look at different beings, try to find out that unique characteristic of that being. It can be an animal, it can be a bird, etc. And find out what kind of philosophy has led that being in that state. Right. So therefore, Paramatma himself has become Jivatma, and there is a law based on which we come into existence. We take manifestation in this world. But now a question comes, in me, is there somebody who is knowing my everything, my desires, my understanding, etc.? Because according to me, I don't see anyone other than me. So this question is answered in the next verse. Verse number 8, page number 243. य एष सुप्तेषु जागर्ति कामं कामं पुरुषो निर्मिमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्म तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकाश्रिता सर्वे तदुनात्येति कश्चन एतत् वै तत् हाँ यह एषः he who jagarti, who is wide awake when supteshu, while we are asleep. And what is he doing? Nirmimanaha, he is creating. What is he creating? Kamam kamam, desirable objects, one after the other. Tadeva shukram, that alone is pure. Tad brahma, that alone is Brahman. Tadeva amritamuchyate, that alone is immortal. Tasmin lokaha shrita sarve, all worlds exist in it. Kaschana tadna atyeti, none transcends it. Etat vaitat, this is that. So, ya esha sukteshu jagarti. So, even when we are asleep, there is some entity in us which is jagarti, wide awake. And what is he doing? Constantly paying attention to us. And what is he doing by paying attention? He's paying attention to what kind of desires we are entertaining. Kamam, kamam. Every desire that we entertain, he's paying attention to it. And not only that he's paying attention to it, he's trying to fulfill all our desires. Nirmimanaha. He will create a world around us based on our desires. So we desire and he will fulfill our desire. We think of something, and in the external world, that thing will get manifested. Hmm. Now, this word Supteshu is very interesting. Supteshu means sleeping. Now, don't think that, only when we are sleeping he is active. No, no, no. In fact, the fact is we are sleeping all through the day also, even when we think we are awake. Actually, we are sleeping only. Sleeping means what? Not being alert. That is called as sleeping. When we are not alert, when we are mechanically living our life, then that is also called sleeping only. And most of us, we are living in the outer world. We are not even aware of what desires we have in our mind. We are not even aware of how our vasanas are getting formed, what impressions are formed in the mind. So, this state of being not aware, that is called as Supteshu. If you see our dream, you will find this. In the waking, what all impressions we gather in the waking state, we are not aware. We become aware only after the dream. We go through the dream and go, oh my God, see, this particular thing affected my mind, and that particular thing I saw in my dream. After waking up from the dream, we are aware. While that transaction was happening, we are not even aware. So, in the waking world, impressions are gathered, and based on the impressions, we see a dream world. So, just imagine there is somebody within me, other than me, recording everything what I'm thinking. And who is that entity? Tadeva Shukram. That is that Lord who is absolutely pure. And because he is absolutely pure, he is absolutely unbiased, absolutely impartial. He is not imposing his likes and dislikes upon us. No. And because, you see, any impurity can be seen only in a substratum of purity. This is a law. Any color can be seen only in a colorless surface. Tongue is able to taste all taste because tongue itself is tasteless. Isn't it? The nose is able to smell different kinds of smell because nose by itself is smellless. So, in the same way, that which is free from the property alone can observe the property. In the same way, that Bhagavan is absolutely pure, without any likes and dislikes, without any bias, and therefore he is able to see everything as it is. Tadeva Shukram. Tad Brahma. Who is that? Tad Brahma. That is that reality, that God, that consciousness. Tadeva Amrutam Uchyate. That is Amrutam, immortal. Tasmin loka shrita sarve. Sarve loka tasmin shritaha. All the worlds that whatever you see, here or hereafter, all these worlds are existing in Him alone. Tadu na atyeti kashana. No one dare to transcend it. Nobody can transcend it. That is the ultimate. There is nothing higher than that. Nachiketa etadvaitat. This is indeed that. Hmm? So these are all the glories of that consciousness in us. That consciousness which every moment it is with us, this consciousness, don't ignore it. It's a Lord of the universe. It is a very substratum of the whole world. And this Lord is ever alert, ever active, ever vigilant. Our job is to pay attention to this Lord. And now this Lord, now we may think that no, the Lord in me is different from Lord in others. No. Now with examples, this point is made clear that the Lord is same everywhere. page number 246, verse number 9. अग्निर्यथैको भुवनं प्रविष्टः रूपं रूपं प्रतिरूपो बभूव एकस्तथा सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा रूपं रूपं प्रतिरूपो बहिश्च. The example is given that of a fire. Yatha ekah agni. That agni tattva, that fire element is only one. Bhuvanam pravishtah. After having entered the world, what does it mean? Rupam rupam pravishtah. The fire having entered into everything, every form. Pratirupo bhavuva. It takes up that form. Actually, fire by itself has no form. It is formless. But that fire, when it enters into the fuel, for example, say a piece of wood, now when that wood burns, it appears as though the fire has taken up a form, the form of the wood. Now we see that wood, now we see that fire having a form, the form of the wood. Pratirupo bhava. Tatha, in the same way, ekah sarvabhutantaratma, the inner self of all beings, which is pure consciousness. Actually, it is formless, but bahihi, in the outer world, rupam rupam pravishtah, after having entered into every being, pratirupo bhavuva. Now it appears as though it has a form. So consciousness by itself has no form, but when that consciousness gives sentiency to a physical body and appears as alive in that body, now we mistakenly think that consciousness has a form, the form of that physical body. Actually, consciousness has no form, just like fire. Just like fire has no form, but when it burns something, that thing, the form of that thing, as though becomes the form of the fire. In the same way, the infinite consciousness appears to have a form depending upon the sentient being. This is one example. Another example is given in the next verse, verse number 10, page number 248. वायुर्यथैको भुवनं प्रविष्टः रूपं रूपं प्रतिरूपो बभूव एकस्तथा सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा रूपं रूपं प्रतिरूपो बहिश्च. Verse is the same. Instead of Agni, now it is Vayu. That's all. Vayu means air. Another example, air. What is the form of air? Air is also formless. But when that air is filled into something, for example, a balloon, now that air appears to have a form. Though it is formless, it appears to have a form. In the same way, this consciousness, though it is formless, it appears to have a form when it enlivens the physical body. Now, a very important question comes to our mind. Oh Lord, you said that Paramatma himself has become Jivatma. If this is true, somebody has focused the camera right onto the fan. I don't know what that person is doing. I'm seeing the rotating fan, not the stable person. Oh Pushpama, are you there? I think that person has left. Now I am having a fan who is having my satsang. A fan I can see, my fan.
That too, when you're giving the example of air, Swamiji. Thank God that person heard. Okay. So now the next question is, if Bhagwan himself has become Jivatma,
If Jivatma is none other than Paramatma, in that case, when this Jivatma suffers, Paramatma also must suffer, isn't it? For example, the water itself has become the wave. So, whatever happens to the wave should happen to water. The gold itself has become ornaments. So, whatever happens to the ornament should happen to gold also. So, if you say Paramatma himself has become Jivatma, then all the sufferings of Jivatma should be suffered by Paramatma also. So, this question is answered in the next verse, verse number 249, verse number 11, page number 249. सूर्यो यथा सर्वलोकस्य चक्षुः न लिप्यते चाक्षुषैर्बाह्यदोषैः एकस्तथा सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा न लिप्यते लोकदुःखेन बाह्यः. Yatha, just like Surya, sun, Sarvalokasya Chakshuhu. It is the eye of the whole world. All the eyes are functioning because sun is giving light. In the light of the sun, all our eyes, chakshus, are functioning. So therefore, sun can be called the eye of the whole world. Just like Surya, nalipyate, does not get tainted, does not get affected. Chakshushai bahya doshai. There is some defective thing which is in the outer world. For example, say welding, etc. That light is extremely powerful during welding, and they say that it can spoil our eyes. So this is a bahya dosha, and it affects the eye. The eye which sees that light gets affected. Chakshushai bahya doshai. So though the eye get affected by the external defects, but the sun doesn't get affected. The sun, because of which we are able to see, that sun is not affected, though the eye is affected. Tatha, in the same way, Ekaha Sarvabhutantaratma, that inner self of all beings, Loka Dukkhena Nalipyate. It is not affected at all by the sorrows of the world. Why? Bahya. It is because it is external. So the here example given is the eyes function because of the sun, but the defect of the eye does not affect the sun. A better example will be using the Pratibimbavada, reflection theory. The very same sun is reflected in different pots. In the pot we have water. In that water sun is reflected. But suppose if you break the pot, the reflected sun is gone, but in no way the original sun is affected. This is a better example to say that Paramatma remains unaffected by the sufferings of the Jivatma. Both of them are staying together, no doubt. But the suffering of Jivatma never affects Paramatma. Because the law is suffering is born out of ignorance, and wherever there is ignorance, there is suffering. As far as Paramatma is concerned, there is no ignorance, there is absolute knowledge. So, therefore, Paramatma need not suffer. Jivatma is suffering because of ignorance. So, therefore, Jivatma alone suffers. This is the reason. It is exactly like the dreamer waker example. Who is suffering, waker or the dreamer? It is the dreamer who is suffering. Dreamer who is going through all the experiences. What is the waker doing? He is just lying on the bed, nothing is happening. Another example. In the movie theater, suppose there is a very tragic movie happening. Who is suffering? So we may say, no, I am suffering. But no, in you yourself, there are two entities. Even when you are watching the movie, one part of the mind gets identified with the character and then become miserable, cries and weep. But remember, in the movie theater itself, there is another part in me who is just watching, who is in touch with the reality that I have just come here to watch this movie. I have nothing to do with the movie. After 2.5 hours, I'll get up and go. That entity is not suffering. The entity which is in touch with the reality is not suffering. Another entity which deliberately forgets the reality and is completely involved in the movie, that part of the mind alone is suffering with the movie. So, in the same way, Paramatma and Jivatma, no doubt they are together. But from the standpoint of Paramatma, there is no suffering because there is no ignorance. From the standpoint of Jivatma, there is suffering because there is ignorance. Wherever there is ignorance, there is suffering. This is the whole point. So therefore, don't say that, Paramatma is also suffering along with Jivatma. No, it cannot be accepted. And now comes the glory of this self-knowledge. Actually, it is the winding up verses. Verse number 12, page number 252. एको वशी सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा एकं रूपं बहुधा यः करोति तमात्मस्थं येनुपश्यन्ति धीराः तेषां सुखं शाश्वतं नेतरेषाम्. Huh. So the truth is, ekah sarvabhutantaratma. There is only one self. It is the very same self in all of us. Consciousness in us is the same. Ekah. And who is he? Vashi. He is the total controller, absolute controller of everything that is happening in this world. And what is he doing? Ekam rupam bahudha yah karoti. He is actually one, but in different forms, he is appearing differently. What is the benefit of gaining this knowledge? Tam atmastham ye dhiraha anupashyanti. Those wise people who sees that self in one's own atma, tesham shashvatam sukham. Only for them there is eternal peace. Na itaresham, not for others. So we have absolutely no choice with respect to gaining this knowledge. If we truly want shashvatam sukham, eternal happiness, there is no other way. We have to gain this knowledge that the self in me is the self in all. The same idea is presented in the next verse also, verse number 13, page number 254. Nityo nityanam chetanascetananam eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman tamatmastham yenupashyanti dhiraः tesham shantiः shashvati netaresham. So this self, anityanam nityah. This is the only nitya vastu, permanent thing. Anityanam, whatever we see in this world is all anitya, impermanent. The only thing which is permanent is this consciousness. So therefore, nityo nityanam, nityah anityanam. And then chetanas chetananam, that chetana, that life principle, that sentiency giving principle. Among all these living beings, why are these beings living, alive, sentient? That principle is only one, that consciousness. Eko bahunam yo vidadhati kama. In all these beings, there is only one entity. And what is he doing? Vidadhati kaman, fulfilling the desires of all beings. So how does this entity fulfill the desires of all beings? So so remember that BMI chart. Om, V, BMI, OET, PFT. So that Om is Paramatma. V means desires, vasanas. So when we have a desire, we are given a world, OET, objects, emotions, thoughts. We are given a world, a surrounding, an environment. We are also given a BMI, body, mind, intellect. And then we are put amidst that environment. Then we are made to transact with that objects, emotions, thoughts. And while transacting, we are called PFT, perceiver, feeler, thinker. This is how the Lord fulfills our desires. Whatever desire you have, He will give an object, He will give a body, He will create an environment where you can transact with that sense object and then gain experience. That is how God fulfills. And what is the end of all these experiences? Immediate result is sukha dukha, but the end result is only dukha. That is how the world is designed. End result is always dukkha. Otherwise, vairagya will not come. Otherwise, nobody will be interested in spirituality. Everybody will stuck in the world only. So, the world is designed to take us towards the Lord. Eko bahunam yo vidadati kaman. So that Lord is fulfilling our desires. Tamatmastham yenu pashyanti dhiraha. Those wise people who sees that Lord in one's own self, tesham shantihi shashwati. They alone will have shashwati shanti, eternal peace. Na itaresham, not for others. So again and again it is repeated to prove that there is no other way. Let us be very clear. There are no shortcuts. So what is the nature of that reality? Verse number 14, page number 258. Tadedaditi manyante anirdeshyam paramam sukham katham nu tadvijaniyam kimubhati vibhati va anirdeshyam paramam sukham. The nature of this self is anirdeshyam, indescribable, paramam sukham, supreme bliss. This is the nature of that self. Tat etat iti manyante. The wise people see that self as tat etat. This is that. This. This means what? It is so very near. It is a very self. Means there is no distance. That means there is distance. This means there is no distance. So it is so very near to us. That's the point. The self means God. That Bhagwan is right here as my own self. And he is of the nature of indescribable highest peace. Katham nu tad vijanyam. How can I know it? Kim bhati vibhati va. Does it shine by itself? Or it shines by another light? This question is answered in the next verse actually. Does it shine by itself? Or it shines by another light? So now comes a very famous verse which is chanted while we show Mangalarati in the temple. Very famous verse. Verse number 15, page number 261. न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकम् नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वम् तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति. न tatra suryo bhati. There the sun doesn't shine. Na chandra tarakam. Not the moon, nor the stars. Na ima vidyutah bhanti. Not these lightnings. Kutaha iyam agnihi. Then what to talk of this fire? Tameva bhantam. That alone shines. Anubhati sarvam. And all others are illumined in that brilliance. Tasya bhasa, in its light, sarvamidam vibhati, all else shines. So this is the glory of consciousness. What is the glory of consciousness? The sun cannot illuminate, the moon, the stars, the lightning, the fire, it cannot illuminate. In fact, the fact is, in the light of consciousness, all the other lights are seen. So, this we have discussed earlier also. Light is that in the presence of which a thing is seen. This is how we define light. Light is that in the presence of which a thing is seen. So, if that is true, sun is a source of light, lightning, moon, they are all lights because in their presence something is. But then there is an ultimate source of light because of which sun is seen. What is that? Light of consciousness. In the light of consciousness, I'm conscious of sun. I'm conscious of moon. I'm conscious of lightning. In the light of consciousness, I'm conscious of sound, smell, taste. In the light of consciousness, I'm aware of the what you call various thoughts, emotions. So therefore, this light of consciousness is that ultimate light of consciousness, which is none other than the Lord. So that consciousness shines and everything else shines after it. So pay attention to that light of consciousness. With this, this valley comes to an end. Right. Now you may ask questions.
So anyone who wants to ask questions, please raise your hand. So Swamiji can see you. Yes, anybody? Or everything seemed to be clear today, Swamiji.
Amma, I don't think there is another Upanishad needed.
Swamiji, can I ask a question?
Huh.
So, do even Swamiji Hariom, do even the stones have consciousness?
Of course. We are not able to see it. You see the gradation. In the plants also consciousness is there. But how do we know? We see that it moves towards sun, etc. But it is a very, 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 what do you call, in an unmanifest form. So one step even further is that stone. We are not even able to be aware of it, but it is there.
Thank you so much.
See, here the term used is sthanu. Sthanu means motionless thing. So any motionless thing means rock also is included, not just tree. So it is there.
Because we see the tree growing, so we feel that it has consciousnness, but the stone, it does not move, it does not grow. So that's why
Correct.
I asked.
Even further, that stone state is even a step below, which our senses cannot even perceive.
Thank you so much.
Hari Om Swamiji.
Um,
Last part was a little hard to perceive. You said, sun the source of light and moon we see because the sunlight reflects on moon. Because of that we see the nakshatras and everything. And what I understand is because we have the consciousness, because of that we can see the sun. Can you
yes.
explain a little more, sir?
Suppose there is no consciousness. Will you be able to see the sun?
No.
That is what. So consciousness comes first, then comes sun. In the light of consciousness, you are aware of sun.
Mm.
In the light of consciousness. If consciousness is not there, you will not be aware of sun. So therefore, consciousness is a light in the presence of which sun is aware.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else who wants to ask a question?
क्वेश्चन स्वामी जी,
हाँ,
ये पूरा कठोपनिषद सुना, पढ़ लिया, समझ में आ गया कि ध्यान
हाँ,
करना है, अंदर की चेतना पे ध्यान करना है। लेकिन जब बैठते हैं ना तो 5 मिनट में उठ जाते हैं और पूरा 5 मिनट में ध्यान पूरे वर्ल्ड पे ही घूमता है। इसका
करेक्ट।
क्या करें?
इसलिए 5 मिनट को 10 मिनट करो, 15 मिनट करो, 20 मिनट करो, बैठे रहो and try to find out why the mind is going there and struggle with the mind. See, every time you struggle with anything, you become a master of that thing. For example, physical body. How do you make the body strong? You struggle with the body. The body will say, no, I don't want to move, I want to relax, etc. But then we go to gym, you exert every muscle of that body, and then that muscle becomes strong. When you don't do anything, that muscle remains weak. In the same way, the mind is moving around. You don't say that, no, only 5 minutes I will do meditation, the rest all the day I will be in the world. No, increase that meditation span. Doesn't matter even if the mind is wandering. Sit. At least try to find out where the mind is going. So slowly, you spend time with the mind. Try to slowly bring the mind within. And slowly you will find that you are improving in your sadhana. Slowly you will come to know the nature of the mind. See, the mind behaves in a particular pattern. So unless you study that mind, the pattern of the mind, you can't conquer the mind. So you will find that the mind is going towards such places where it is attached, to such people whom it is attached. So then you understand the defects of attachment because you are struggling because of this attachment. Mind goes to such things which it is addicted to. So you understand the defect of addiction. You understand the disadvantage of addiction. Then suddenly another thought comes, oh my God, this addiction is bad. I must come out of it. Where is this desire coming? To come out of this addiction, attachment, etc. Because you have suffered in meditation. That suffering comes out with the result that yes, I must come out of all these addictions and attachments. So unless I suffer the imperfections of the mind, I will never be able to win over the imperfection. I will never work against the imperfections of the mind. So this has to be done. सुना है ठीक है, लेकिन करना है.
थैंक यू।
Pranam Swamiji.
हाँ.
Go ahead, Bita.
Swamiji, at times related to this only, Swamiji, at times there comes a lot of frustration while we are trying to meditate again and again, and we are not being able to. So we feel very frustrated at times, and then we let go. Okay, then we come back. What about this frustration? Should there be frustration, or should it be okay? Like, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं.
See, there are certain happiness which is poisonous, and there are certain frustration which is nectarian. This frustration in meditation is amritam. Because this frustration will make you think hard how to come out of this misery. And there are, when you are frustrated, then what do you do? You switch on your TV or mobile and then start seeing videos. That is poison. You may be enjoying it, but it is actually sweet poison. Because it is again and again putting more and more samskaras into your mind. The frustration at the seat of meditation, it is bitter medicine.
So Swamiji, at times, what I do is when I get over frustrated, then for 2 to 3 days, I say, "Ki hota to hai nahi hai, let it be." Then I come back again. It keeps going like this.
Correct. So, in the beginning itself, don't have any expectation, sit for meditation, knowing that I am going to be terribly frustrated. This meditation is going to be very frustrating. I am prepared for it, and then you sit. Amazingly, you will find that you will not. See, the many times, you with great expectation, you sit. And when that expectation is not met, you become frustrated. Why don't you sit without any expectation? Knowing that I am going to take up a very tedious task. Mind is going to wander. I know it. I am very much imperfect, but let me give it a try. My job is keep small goals. Like for example, at least for next half an hour, I'm not going to move from here. Come what may. Let the mind go anywhere. Half an hour, I'm not going to move. As a chote attainable goals, you try, and slowly you start winning over these weaknesses.
Okay, Swamiji, there's a question here asked by Vinita. She's saying that meditation for me is easy. I have been able to sit for long. However, cooking daily and meeting the needs of others comes in the way of it. Why that?
Oh, so meditation is very easy for you. I don't know what you are doing in meditation. Maybe you are sleeping. You are the first one who is saying meditation is easy. I am definitely sure you are doing something else in the name of meditation.
So, Vinita, if you can please ask the question yourself so you can specify what exactly you want to ask. Vinita, आप please unmute करिए और question पूछिए because Swamiji is also wondering if meditation is easy, then what is the problem? Vinita, no voice कैसे हो सकता है आप?
She has already told the answer. She has realized, it seems. Already she is in the self. And already she has achieved everything. Now only cooking is a problem for her.
So, she is doing some kind of meditation. Okay. But for her, cooking is a problem, meeting people's needs is a problem.
It is
Vinita, you
something
need...
like this, Sir, 10 standard PhD and all is very easy. That LKG, UKG is little difficult for me.
So Vinita, better you
A
need
for
to
apple,
ask
B
the
for
question.
ball.
So Vinita, see, we are not able to understand what exactly you want. So you'll have to specify, Just writing this much is not enough. What are you writing? I can sit for 1 hour, she's saying.
Sitting, anyone can sit. Sitting is not the point. With the mind, what are you doing? That is the most important thing. Children who are playing video games, they sit for 4 hours.
What is she saying now? As I stay alone, my cooking, etc. is an issue. For that, you need a maid, I mean, what is meditation got to do with cooking, Vinita? कुकिंग तो आपको करना है, तो भूख तो लग रही है ना आपको. अगर भूख नहीं लगेगी तो फिर अलग ही बात होगी ना. Vinita, please frame the question correctly. Okay, take your time. You can ask next time also. You ask next time properly. Okay, frame the question correctly. Okay. Nidhi, go ahead.
Pranam Swamiji. Okay, somebody else is Niti.
Who? Neti Goyal.
Niti, please ask the question.
Pranam Swamiji.
The sadhana is very good, and sometimes it's like zero. So, Abhi, now I am not in total awareness. Like just now you said, you have to master the mind. So, can you share some tips to master the mind? That sometimes we are like, sometimes I feel my vibration and my awareness, and I'm with it for like 40 minutes. But the other day, I'm just not able to get hold of it. So, as you have clearly said, that mind, you need to learn to tame the mind. So, can you please share your some great tips?
So, find out where the mind is going. As I told you, what are the addictions? What are the likes and dislikes? What are the defects? You'll have to find out. Then you have to work on it, because different people will have different problems. Some are struggling with krodha, anger. Some are struggling with hatred. Some are struggling with jealousy. Different people will be struggling with different things. So you'll have to first find out what you are actually struggling in life. What
So
are
you
those
mean to
emotions
say,
which throw you out of balance?
yeah, exactly. That's what you in Kathopanishad class also you mentioned, that you have to, at that time, you have to tell the mind that happiness is not outside, happiness is inside. but I am not yet to the core of my being. So how do we go to the core of our being?
So the
Sometimes
mind is
like
still
I
saying,
do.
no, no. See, your mind is still saying, no, no, my happiness is outside only. My happiness is not inside. I am very much convinced. Don't teach me any lesson. That is what your mind is saying now.
Yeah,
So you have to
sometimes.
teach the mind.
Yeah, so it is not in control. Yes.
Mind will not be controlled because mind is not convinced. You say that happiness is inside. Mind says, no, my happiness is outside. Mind is not
But why?
convinced. Intellect is not
If
convinced.
after knowing so much, reading so much, still the mind
Just by reading, nothing happens. Just by listening to talk, nothing happens.
nothing.
Experience. I will not say nothing happens. Something happens.
Something happened, but it goes away after 3 months, 6 months. It's the then we are back to Harisharnam, listening to Harisharnam.
Correct, 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 correct. So you can
But
imagine
that will
how
make
strong
you
the mind
only,
is.
yeah, but that will make you single pointedness. But in order to improve in sadhana, we have to drop that also.
You have to go on trying. It is not a 1 day, 2 day, 1 year, 2 year job. It's a lifelong process.
Very patient. Patience is it.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Nidhi, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Pranam Swamiji.
Mm.
Swamiji, when we say mind, what are we referring to?
It depends on the
Brain.
context.
So when we say, is mind a collective word or a term for man, buddhi, chit, ahankar, all of that together?
Sometimes that is what it refers to. Sometimes when we say mind, it means emotions.
Okay.
Sometimes it means thoughts. Sometimes it is paying attention. Where is your mind? Where is your mind means? Where are you paying attention? So depending upon context, the mind will have different meanings.
And when we talk about the mind in the context of conscious, subconscious, unconscious, then
Then we
again,
are talking of thoughts. Thoughts. So conscious thoughts, which I am aware. There are certain thoughts which I am aware. There are certain thoughts which I am not aware. Thoughts are there, but I am not aware of it. Mm.
right.
There are certain thoughts which if I look deep within, I become aware. Then we call it subconscious thoughts. Mm. There are different layers of thought.
Correct.
Superficial layer, we are able to see. But as that layer becomes lower, we have to pay a little more attention to see. So as you start meditating, you are able to see multiple lower layers of your mind. The person who is always looking out, he is not even seeing the superficial layer. But as meditation progresses, spirituality progresses, your state of awareness becomes very, very intense. It is exactly like light, torch light. Suppose there's a tank of water and you are using the torch. If the light is not powerful, only the superficial thing you see. But if the light is very powerful, you can see even the bottom of the tank. So that light is that ability to pay attention. And that ability to pay attention grows with meditation. That's why even though you get frustrated in meditation, don't give up. Go on, because that is the way to become strong. Just like in the gym, you lift something, within 2 3 things again your hands are tired. So what do, you take a little rest and again do it, and every day do it. Slowly, slowly, slowly you are able to lift heavy weights, because slowly the muscles are able to lift heavy weights. So in the same way, first time, yes, you get frustrated in 5 minutes. Next day again do it for maybe 10 minutes. So slowly, slowly increase the time duration. Frustration should not be an excuse to stop meditation. Go on doing it. Slowly, slowly that frustration goes away and the inner secrets are revealed. And when the inner secrets are revealed, there is a new inspiration and a new reason to meditate. You keep on learning more and more about mind, the inner secrets of mind. And as you learn more and more about mind, you are able to conquer the mind because you know how to handle the mind. Mind is stuck in different whirlpools. These likes and dislikes are all whirlpools. You know how to navigate without entering into that whirlpool. And slowly all these whirlpools get filled up also. Whirlpools are like pits. Slowly as your understanding grows, all these whirlpools starts getting filled up. And then there are no more whirlpools for you. Every whirlpool, there is an occasion to learn something about yourself. So every time you are stuck up in a whirlpool, it's an opportunity to learn something about mind. So that is why never, even when it is frustrating, don't stop. Continue doing, and slowly there is, after the end of every tunnel, there is a light. In the same way, you will see light.
That's right. Swamiji's
Very nice.
letting us know that effort, we have to keep putting effort, right, Swamiji?
Yes.
Karte raho, baithe raho, karte raho, karte raho. That's what
No,
we have.
even this 1 hour of sitting and listening, there is an
Yes.
effort involved. Not everybody can do it.
Correct.
Not easy.
Yeah, Manisha, go ahead.
Pranam Swamiji.
Hmm.
Swamiji, while listening to you, I've forgotten what my question was. However, I still have something to say. And that something is that you said that every whirlpool, as it is filling. So probably Kathopanishad, which was our first Upanishad with you, was the first whirlpool which is still yet to be filled. So I'm sure the other Upanishads, when you will teach us, we will begin to learn more. We will have the same questions, you will have the same answers. But I think by then we'd have graduated a little in our mind space. So we'd have a better understanding. So in that context, I'd like to ask, what is the next Upanishad that we'd be studying?
Next Upanishad is, we are planning to have Mundaka Upanishad. Mundaka Upanishad. Now don't say
Because
Upanishad is a whirlpool, huh?
no,
Just
no,
now
no,
you
no,
said
no.
Upanishad is a whirlpool. No,
We are the
Upanishad is a
whirlpool.
filler of whirlpool.
Upanishad is filling it. However, our whirlpools are so deep that one is filling because पूरा तो नहीं समझ आया ना. अभी 24 classes में one class ही समझ आया होगा. Net. You ask me one question of the first class, I probably would not be able to answer. However, some shifts have happened in this journey of a year and a half that we've already taken. So this means that there is a lot that we need correction for. And if we were capable enough, we'd have corrected ourselves. That capability we know we do not have. So we are leaving ourselves at your hand. So therefore, that direction is needed to help fill those whirlpools of no knowledge or missing knowledge, because we'll keep asking these questions. What I've understood is that every time the questions are repeated in different words, pretty much the question remains the same. We are so theory oriented that we are not putting it into practice. However, because we are very smart in our heads with the words that we can express ourselves, therefore we choose to ask you question smartly. चलो अभी स्वामी जी को नया क्वेश्चन से टेस्ट करेंगे, पर स्वामी जी का आंसर सेम रहता है, which is amazing. That means we need to understand, we need to work. I guess that's what we need to do. So thank you for allowing us to grow. And more than anybody, more than talking about us, I'll say thank you for allowing me to grow. And I know that when I sit for meditation, the body starts to say, अच्छा इधर दर्द है, उधर दर्द है, अभी सांस नहीं आ रहा है, ये ठीक नहीं हो रहा है, अभी सांस रुक रहा है. So I have different distractions. People don't distract me. Other thoughts, na body distracts me. So that means there is something other than more that I need to do. But yeah, again, that I need to sit. The discomfort of the body is what distracts me. So what is it that I can do for that, if you could?
See, the best way will be That is why in our Ashtanga Yoga, first is Yogasanas. After Niyama, Yama, Niyama, it is Yogasana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dhana. So Yogasanas will make the body so flexible that you can sit in one asana for a long time. So that is very, very helpful.
Thank
The
you.
body becomes very much flexible with yogasana, not gym. Gym will make the body very, very, what you call, strong and stiff. Gym in the sense, lifting heavy weights and all. No, in yogasana, the main focus is making the body very flexible.
Agility.
Yes. And
Becomes
that
supple.
will help a lot. Every joint becomes very, very, very flexible. So wherever, in whichever way you put the body remains there for a long time without disturbing. So that is called as asana siddhi. Asana siddhi means remaining in a place for, in seated for 3 hours continuously. Then we say you have attained asana siddhi. So all this comes when the body is really flexible.
Okay, now last question. Okay,
Thank you,
Monica.
Swamiji.
Monica, last question, then we are going to close.
You are
Monica,
muted.
unmute.
Sorry. So
Oh.
what goes in my mind when I get frustrated is I fool myself by saying कि अभी तो बहुत जन्म बाकी हैं. Maybe it's a long journey to go, so it's okay. We can relax. अगर नहीं हो रहा तो कोई बात नहीं. Let's try again. So this thing always keeps coming in my mind that many, many more janmas to come. We have to come again and again. Better and better.
Is it making you lazy?
Slightly, I think I don't get up then for some time. I don't get up at 5 in the morning. And then there is always a comeback. There is a comeback, but then I stop it for some time. Consistency is missing. Just there. So I just, I have the way to relax myself. कि कोई बात नहीं, हो जाएगा.
So you know the problem.
I know the problem. Yes.
So then you have to work on the problem.
Yes, Swami ji. But वो relaxation दे देती हूँ मैं अपने आप को बड़े आराम से. To keep myself happy. Yes. But Swamiji, it was really very nice, very knowledgeable. It was a knowledgeable journey. It was a very happy, very intense journey. It was with you, Swamiji. And FaceTime, I often listen to your videos online, but face to face is a different thing altogether. It is like we're getting more energy.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be really wonderful if we get an opportunity to actually meet you in person someday.
Okay.
I really pray for that.
Okay.
Swamiji, are you available sometime in Haridwar or in India?
As of now, no, Amma.
No? Okay. Sometime
When I
in
come
near
to India,
future?
I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I come to India.
Okay, Swamiji. Tentatively, when?
I don't know. See, my nature
Okay.
is this. Wherever I am placed, I just remain there.
Okay, Swamiji. ठीक है.
That's my nature. I don't move.
Fine,
Thank
Swamiji.
you.
Fine.
Thank you, everybody, and Pranam Swamiji. It's always wonderful to listen to you and all your YouTube videos. I think everybody's following them, and we always love that you keep posting new videos. So that's really great. And we meet, I think next month, there is a change of date. I think I sent you the change of date, right, for next month?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
Not in October.
Oh, sorry.
November.
November.
Yeah, so Swamiji, in November, because we have the Seva program at Rishikesh, and I have already requested you to be in the Seva program over Zoom. So that is actually the second, right? Shakuntala, मैं confuse हो रही हूँ.
Second Saturday.
That is the second.
15th. एक मिनट 15,
15, 16, 17 है.
हाँ, तो थर्ड सैटरडे है मैम. 16th November is third Saturday.
Third Saturday. Okay. But Swamiji comes in second Thursday. No?
Second Thursday 14th है हम लोग
हाँ
वहीं
ठीक है. We will be in Rishikesh. हाँ स्वामी जी
हाँ।
मैंने आपको already भेज दिया है डेट का. ठीक है?
Yes.
So,
Okay then.
21st November.
21st November.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay then. Thank you so much and pranam Swamiji. And can we have the closing shloka, please?
Yes. Yes. ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ